Hello YouTubers, this is the 12th rule in the Software Engineering Manifesto where we start talking about pair programming. Pair programming is a modern software development practice where two engineers with one keyboard and one monitor sit together solving a particular software problems, whether accomplishing, developing a new feature, or solving a defect, or investigating an issue and trying to create a proof of concept to understand, what the limitations are of the technologies that they want to use. But today I'm not gonna, there are so many different ways that pair programming can be accomplished. There are so many different styles. There's a ping pong style where someone writes a unit test and the other individual makes the unit test pass. There are the other style where someone is driving and the other is leading, meaning that someone is actually writing the code and the other is just observing and trying to have the other individual pay more attention to the problems that they're trying to solve. But when it comes to pair programming, there's also more to it than just two people, two very smart people working with each other to solve a problem. If we as engineers claim ourselves to be problem solvers, I always want you to understand that you need to take this problem solving mindset and that power out of the box, out of the IDE, the integrated development environment, out of the tasks that you're trying to accomplish, and solve problems that surround that box. So if you're pair programming with someone, it's kind of both of you have the responsibility of learning more about each other, understanding the strengths and weaknesses of each other, and trying to leverage these strengths and encourage to the other individual to work on their weaknesses. This will never happen if people are not honest with each other. There's this little problem where people try to represent themselves as the all-knowing, all-seeing engineers that knows how to solve all the problems, that can see all the defects and knows how to solve them and how to tackle them. When you pair programming with someone, the first step of a successful pair programming session is to be absolutely truthful and transparent about what you know and what you don't know and what you can go research and accomplish, right? Because if people continue to pretend that they know something that they don't really know, there will be this continuous, endless back and forth of argument about how to solve a particular problem without actually having any previous experience or previous knowledge in it, which eventually should cause a conflict, right? So if you're sitting with a colleague or an engineer you're working with, whether at work or outside of work or whatever project you're working on, make sure they understand full well what you're capable of and encourage them to have you understand what they're capable of and what they're not really capable of, or what not really what they're good at. That's where the engineering intelligence comes out of the box and helps people understand, what they can and cannot accomplish and what needs to be researched and what doesn't. In pair programming, um, pair programming is a great opportunity for people to try multiple proofs of concept and try multiple solutions to the same problem and find the best one and pick it up for that problem. I always encourage systematic innovation, meaning that don't just jump to the first solution that you're familiar with. Don't just jump to the first solution that Stack Overflow or Reddit gives you about a certain problem. Research it, try to innovate, try to find new ways to solve older problems more efficiently, more rapidly, more intelligently. You have to understand and you have to acknowledge the strength in the other person, and you have, whether they acknowledge it and you or not, you as an individual, it's your responsibility to be able to leverage your own strengths to solve the problem. Pair programming is a dance between two very smart individuals. You want to make your pair understand that you care about them and you want them to succeed, because Solving the problem meaning that both of you, if one of you fails, the other definitely fails. So the failure here comes both ways. If one of you succeeds, then the other one definitely succeeds, because at the end of the day, the code is pushed as an individual, and the code is pushed to the same location, and the task is pushed for the same feature. So that either the feature is done or it's not, and the feature cannot be done if both people working on the problem cannot find a middle ground to solve that problem. So that's pretty much it. Some thoughts around the Software Engineering Manifesto. If you have any questions, comments, concern, you think this I missed something when I brought up pair programming, or some of the conditions that we need to have, some of the ideas that we need to have around having a better pair programming session, please feel free to reach out. Don't forget to like us and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Thank you for watching.